What if there were no Apple company? Imagine a world where Apple never existed. No iPhones, no MacBooks, no iPads, and no Apple ecosystem that has revolutionized technology. How different would our lives be? How would the tech industry have evolved? In this in-depth case study, we will explore the journey of Apple, from its inception to its dominance in the global market. We will analyze what the world would look like if Apple had never been founded. We will explore its technological innovations, its impact on industries, and the void it would leave behind. Subscribe to Curiosity Unlocked for more amazing case studies. Comment below with your thoughts, what you learned, and what topic you want next. Chapter 1. The Birth of Apple. Apple was founded on April 1st, 1976, by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. Their journey began in a small garage in Los Altos, California. Their vision was to create user-friendly computers for everyday people. At that time, personal computers were mostly for businesses and professionals. Computers were large, complex, and difficult to use. Jobs and Wozniak saw an opportunity to change that. With Wozniak's technical brilliance and Jobs' marketing genius, Apple's first product was born. This product was called the Apple I. It was a simple computer kit that required users to assemble parts themselves. Although it was not a commercial success, it laid the foundation for Apple's future. A great example of Apple's innovation was the Apple II. Unlike its competitors, it had a color display and was designed for home users. This became one of the first mass-produced personal computers. It revolutionized the industry and made computers accessible to a wider audience. Apple was on its way to making history. However, Apple didn't stop there. The Macintosh, introduced in 1984, brought a graphical user interface to personal computers. This changed the way people interacted with technology. It made computing more intuitive and user-friendly. For example, instead of typing complex commands, users could simply click on icons. Apple's design philosophy emphasized simplicity and ease of use. This set a standard for future tech companies. Chapter 2. Challenges and Struggles. Apple faced numerous challenges in its early years. The biggest issue was competition. IBM and Microsoft dominated the industry with their own versions of personal computers. Apple struggled to gain market share. Another major challenge was internal conflict. Steve Jobs had a strong vision for Apple. However, his leadership style led to tensions within the company. In 1985, Jobs was forced out of Apple after a power struggle. The new CEO, John Sculley, took over Apple's leadership. This led to a period of decline for Apple. During this time, Apple released products like the Newton PDA. This device, an early attempt at a personal digital assistant, was ahead of its time. However, due to technical limitations, it failed commercially. Meanwhile, Microsoft's Windows operating system became dominant. Apple's market share dwindled. Many believed that Apple was on the verge of collapse. By 1997, Apple was in serious financial trouble. Its stock value was plummeting. The company desperately needed a turnaround. However, the return of Steve Jobs in 1997 changed everything. Jobs introduced a new strategy focused on simplicity and innovation. Apple partnered with Microsoft to stabilize its finances. Then, Jobs led the creation of the iMac. The iMac was colorful, stylish, and easy to use. It marked the beginning of Apple's resurgence. Chapter 3. The Rise to Fame. When Jobs returned, he made bold decisions. He streamlined Apple's product line. Unnecessary products were cut. The focus was shifted to core innovations. Apple rebranded itself as an innovator. In 2001, Apple launched the iPod. The iPod changed how people listened to music. For example, before the iPod, people carried bulky CD players or cassette players. With the iPod, they could store thousands of songs in a compact device. Then came the iTunes Store. This created a new business model for the music industry. It allowed users to buy and download music legally. However, Apple's biggest breakthrough came in 2007. This was the launch of the iPhone. The iPhone revolutionized the smartphone industry. It made touchscreen technology mainstream. Before the iPhone, most mobile phones had physical keyboards. Apple changed that by introducing an intuitive touch-based interface. It set new standards for mobile devices. It combined a phone, an iPod, and an internet browser into one. Then came the iPad in 2010. The iPad created the tablet industry. For example, before the iPad, people relied on bulky laptops for work and entertainment. The iPad provided a lightweight, portable alternative. Apple's success was not just about products, it was about an ecosystem. The integration of hardware, software, and services made Apple unique. This created a loyal customer base. Apple's App Store became a hub for software developers. It created new opportunities for businesses worldwide. Chapter 4. Business Strategies that Led to Success. Apple's rise was not accidental. It was fueled by smart business strategies. Apple focused on innovation. They pushed the boundaries of technology. A great example of this is the Face ID feature on iPhones. While other companies were using fingerprint sensors, Apple introduced facial recognition. Apple's branding was another key strategy. They marketed their products as premium and high quality. For instance, Apple's advertisements focused on elegance, simplicity, and lifestyle appeal. This created a brand image of exclusivity. This appealed to customers willing to pay more for a superior experience. Apple also had a strong retail strategy. Apple stores provided a unique shopping experience. Customers could try products before purchasing. Apple's customer service became a benchmark in the industry. Another key factor was vertical integration. Apple controlled both hardware and software. This ensured optimal performance and experience. These strategies helped Apple dominate multiple industries. They became leaders in personal computing, smartphones, and digital services. Conclusion. Apple's presence has shaped the modern world. Without it, the tech landscape would have been vastly different. Technology today owes much to Apple's influence. Its absence would have left the world with fewer advancements and innovations. Subscribe to Curiosity Unlocked for more amazing case studies. Comment below with your thoughts, what you learned, and what topic you want next.